I do take it with a pinch of salt what managers say after a game of football. The tie's over. I'm sure he's saying that for psychological reasons, not because he necessarily.
Did he say the time was over, or did he say if they didn't make the same mistakes they made in the first?
I think he's alluding to the fact that he thinks the tie's over, unless they buck up their ideas. Yeah,
well,
it's maybe a bit tongue in cheek.
He's got to take some of the blame as well.
Well, I thought he made a mistake because he started the game with 3 at the back, and that meant Vinicius was on Christensen like sort of 1-to-1, and then he changed
to
that.
A 4. He had to.
Yeah, changed it to a 4, and then Reece James took over that role, and they looked better in the second half.
They looked better because, honestly, first half, Christensen, Vinicius was running past him at will. And I remember thinking, ooh. And I think even when I was listening to the commentary, they were talking about Christensen being obviously coveted by some of the biggest clubs in the world, and they couldn't understand why. Because as you looked at that first half performance, you're thinking, what? He's linked to Barcelona and Bayern Munich.
But a lot of that was down to the tactical mistake that I think Tom Tuchel made.
It didn't help him. But as I said, when Reece James then went to right back and then went to a 4, it was more comfortable. Vinicius wasn't as dangerous second half as he was first half, but I don't think he'll make that mistake. Like I could see him going maybe with a 5, maybe.
Can you?
Maybe.
What, on the return leg?
Maybe, but Kovacic has got to play from the start. Absolutely got to play from the start.
Yeah.
I would even throw in Lukaku from the start.
Let's take some calls, shall we? 03717223344. Nick's a Chelsea fan. Hello, Nick. How are you?
Oh, hi, yeah, great guys. Great show.
Thank you, Nick.
You're welcome. Just wanted to make the point. I mean, I've supported the club for well over 50 years now, and the last few weeks, it makes a change that we're actually talking about football, because for us fans, I'm a shareholder, a pitch shareholder. It's all been about survival. It's about will we get deducted points. Some people calling for harder sanctions on the club. So Thomas Tuchel has been absolutely amazing for the club, and we've just had 2 really poor results and poor individual areas. And the point you just made about Kovacic, I could not agree with you more. If it was me, Kante is world-class playing in front of a back 3 or 4. Stick him back there and let Kovacic bomb forward with the ball. That guy is so dynamic. And yeah, I agree with you with Lukaku. We want him to succeed. It's a bit like Torres. We're so willing him to do well. It was so frustrating last night. Stick him on from the start against Real Madrid away. Put Kovacic ahead of Kante. Totally agree with you about Christensen. He's not going to be a sad loss when he goes off to Barcelona. So, we've got to look on the bright side. I mean, the last few weeks has all been about the club in trouble, and lots of the media talking about what's going to happen to Chelsea. Are they going to get thrown out of the Premiership or points deducted?
Really?
And suddenly we've got all these people interested in buying our fantastic club. And I've been through more bad times than good times. So yeah.
Nick, let me ask you a question, because I said my dad's a Chelsea fan. I speak to a lot of Chelsea supporters.
You're a Chelsea fan,
and they've been I'm not. And they've been speaking about N'Golo Kante maybe not necessarily being the same Kante that he was. Come end of the season, if you get a reasonable bid for him, would you sell N'Golo Kante if it meant bringing in someone like a Declan Rice?
Oh, God, good question. I'm a massive Kante fan, and he's had a number of injuries. I still think, and I think it was part of Frank Lampard's undoings, I still think he's better playing in front of a back 3 or 4 than playing up as far up the pitch as he does. But I have to say, I mean, as much as I'm not a great West Ham fan, Declan Rice for me is one of the best players that's come out of the Premiership. Fantastic news for England going to the World Cup. What a player. So if we could get Declan Rice, I'd be a happy chappy. If we kept Kante as well, I'd be even happier.
Okay, Nick, thanks for that. Do you think Kante's days are numbered?
I don't know if they're numbered. I mean, listen, I would take him at Arsenal in a heartbeat.
I think everyone would take him.
I think everyone would, but again, I don't watch Chelsea every week. But when you speak to a lot of Chelsea fans who do watch him every week, they're saying that obviously on the ball now he's starting to give the ball away as much. And there would have never been a time in a Champions League quarter-final you take off Kante at half-time. That doesn't happen.
I know they're different players in different positions, but if you could have one of Jude Bellingham or Declan Rice, who would you have?
Oh my goodness! I think right now you have to go Declan. You have to go Declan Rice.
It's literally like I've told you something horrific.
Yeah, probably Declan Rice.
Would you over Bellingham?
Probably. I don't know.
It's a horrible question, isn't it? Show of hands in the creche.
Oh, Joe loves Bellingham, doesn't he?
If you'd have Bellingham over Declan Rice, one.
Yeah, see, I'm having Declan's. I think
a good few thousand people in there as well. Just one.
I think Decker's right now.
Deckers. Oh, double Deckers. Keep your calls coming in 03717 223344. It's Drive on talkSPORT with We Buy Any Car. Hundreds of local branches. Usually no more than 13 minutes away, leaving more time to enjoy the football.